On today's Pardon My Take, Super Bowl 57. Losing my voice. It's been a long Super Bowl week. We're going to recap the game. We got boomers for you. We got fastest 2 minutes. We're going to talk about everything. Max is en route to coming back to the house, so we will hear from him.
He might just go to Mexico.
We'll get a very drunk, sad Max. I'm a sad boy as well.
I'm thinking it's going to get angry Max.
Yeah, so a great show for all the sickos and perverts out there. And it's brought to you by our friends at Gametime, the exclusive ticketing partner of Barstool Sports, created by fans for fans. Gametime is a ticketing app that makes it easier than ever to score last-minute deals on tickets to sports, concerts, and shows, and they guarantee the lowest price. They cracked the code on how to score deals on last-minute tickets. The purchase process takes just 2 taps and 10 seconds, and once you buy your tickets, they're delivered directly to your phone. No printer needed. The app also allows you to easily share tickets with friends via text, so you can get into the game seamlessly. Skip the hassle. Enjoy the moment. Use Gametime. We use Gametime. I use Gametime to buy the tickets for Max. So I'm sure he appreciated going to the Super Bowl, seeing his favorite team in the Super Bowl. And it was all made possible through Gametime. So download the Gametime app or go to the website, enter your email, redeem code PMT for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Use code PMT for $20 off your first purchase. Thank you to Gametime. It was easy to get the tickets. It was easy to buy them. One tap. That's the Gametime that I know and love. So thank you to Gametime. Use code PMT for $20 off your first purchase. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Pardon My Take. Today is Monday, February 13th, Super Bowl 57. We go out to State Farm Stadium for Super Bowl 57 in Glendale, Arizona, as What's the Frequency, Kenneth Gainwell woke the crowd out of its REM sleep, getting down to the 1 foot stipe as Jalen Megahertz amped them up for the first touchdown.
And then the Chiefs responded as Travis Trick Kelsey made it a great day to be alive for Chiefs fans, scoring his 16th postseason touchdown that no one ever thought would happen in the media in a million years ever.
And the Chiefs keep rolling, but Harrison Butker, in a touching tribute to my good friend Elon Musk, targeted the far left fake news Washington Post and doink.
But don't be disturbed, Philly. The Eagles drove back as A.J. Brown with a sickness scored another touchdown for the Eagles, hoping to bring home a new medal for his trophy case.
And the Eagles get the ball back again and fumble, as Nick Cannon Bolton brought new life to Chiefs fans who will get to think about that play for another 9 months before the next season. Fumble!
And Palin Hurts bounces back as people can see him rushing from their house into the end zone. Was Donna Kelsey happy? I don't know. Juneau? I don't know. Alaska. And we'll kick it to massive Rihanna fan Jake Marsh for his halftime show analysis.
At halftime, Marie Mama found love in a hopeless place. She's pregnant, Tej. It would only be a few hours until Big Cat could be telling Max, "Bitch better have my money," for the ticket, that is, despite the double-digit lead for the Birds. All of the lights were on State Fart Stadium, as we would soon find out who's going to run this town tonight, Kansas City or Philadelphia. This game was being played in the desert, so there would be no need for my umbrella. Ella, Travis Kell, say, no need for my umbrella. Ella, Jason Kell, say. The performance would then be over, and the second half would determine who'd be shining bright like a diamond Super Bowl ring all off season.
Thanks, Jake Marsh. That was an incredible halftime recap. And while some thought he'd get sent home early from Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes took more shots at halftime than Michael Irvin, and the Toradol kicked in as the Chiefs responded early.
And on 3rd and 14, Lane Johnson and the rest of the Bald Eagles marched down, and Dallas One Nation under Goddard made a catch of allegiance, bringing Drake Elliott onto the field and said, "Imagine if I never split the Proskis for a big, big field goal."
But Mr. Fourth Quarter, Kadarius Rucker Tony, and I only want to be with you, Juice Schuster, got through all the hits as Tyreek Hill's watching sadly from home.
Talk about a Dolphins cry, Boom. The Philly offense wasn't done yet as they took a page out of Rihanna's S&M playbook, moving the chains and tied it up real good.
But stop me if you've heard this before. There was too much time on the clock for Patrick Mahomes, who drove down the field for the game-winning score to seal it for the Chiefs. Let's go down to the field with Super Bowl MVP Patrick Mahomes. Patrick?
Thanks, Boom. We fell back early. We were falling behind, but what's my favorite thing in the world? Ketchup. Wowie pizzowie, we dumped a little purple drink on Coach Reed. It's kind of funny because I was leaning pretty good. My foot smarts up, and that grass was so dang slippery, it was like playing on a toad's pussy out there. And now, to polish off a couple dozen ice-cold Coors Lights, the mountains are blue, bitches. Hope Max liked the champagne.
Thanks, Patrick. And that is your fastest 2 minutes finale. What a season it was. It was brought to you by the Farmer's Dog. Every dog person knows there's nothing better than more years together with your best friend. And whether your dog is in their puppy, adult, or senior years, the best way to feed their happy, healthy life is feeding them fresh, healthy food. I'm going to go off script here because I've actually been using Farmer's Dog with Stella for the last 3 or 4 years. She absolutely loves it. It's fresh food delivered to your house. There's like little freezer packets. You put it in your freezer, take them out. The dogs love them. Don't feed them all the generic stuff. Get them the good stuff. Get them Farmer's Dog. They're pre-proportioned for your dog, making it easy to keep them their ideal weight, which can add as much as 2.5 years to their lifespan compared to overweight dogs. Just tell the Farmer's Dog a little about your dog, like their age, breed, activity level, and more, and they'll build them a custom meal plan to help your dog live a healthy life. Like I said, I've been using it for years with Stella. She absolutely loves it. We get her the beef dish, and we put in all the info. They set it up. It's the best way to treat your dog who's a member of your family. So go right now. You get 50% off your first box of fresh, healthy food at thefarmersdog.com/PMT. I'm telling you right now, if you do it, I guarantee your dog will love it. You'll love it because you can get it easily. It just delivers on a routine, every 2 weeks, every month, whatever you need for your dog. It shows up. Your dog loves it. Your dog will be healthier for it. So get 50% off your first box of fresh, healthy food at thefarmersdog.com/PMT. Plus, you get free shipping. Just go to farmersdog.com/PMT to get 50% off. That's thefarmersdog.com/PMT. And the Big Cat guarantees on it. I guarantee that you will love it. farmersdog.com/PMT to get 50% off. Okay, boys. Super Bowl 57 in the books. Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. They are Super Bowl champions. Patrick Mahomes, MVP. He now has 2. It was an incredible, incredible game. We're going to get Max in here. He's actually on the way back from the stadium. So once he comes in, we wanted to make it as raw and real as possible. So we'll get his first instant reaction. But let's talk about the game here. That was an awesome, awesome game. And I know that people are going to be upset about the last flag that essentially ended the game with James Bradbury getting called for a hold. James Bradbury admitted that he held him afterwards. So he said, it was a holding. I tugged his jersey. I was hoping they would let it slide. So I'm not even going to complain about the officials. The only thing that I felt like we watched an unbelievable game back and forth, and we got robbed of a potential insane ending where the Eagles had a chance to answer the Chiefs. But all that aside, I'm sad. The Chiefs were the better team. They were. And Patrick Mahomes and that offense and that offensive line and what Andy Reid did in the second half, they scored on every single possession in the second half. They were the better team, and they win Super Bowl 57.
So Patrick Mahomes, 2 Super Bowl MVPs. He is the first quarterback to win the MVP of the regular season, to go on to win the Super Bowl. all those accolades, and we can also add tough motherfucker to the list. I think he's a tough motherfucker now, right?
He is a quintessential gamer. So here's Patrick Mahomes, the start of his career. So he's been in the NFL 5 years as a starter. 5 straight championship games, 5 straight division titles, 5 straight 12-win seasons, 5 straight Pro Bowls, 2 Super Bowls, 2 Super Bowl MVPs, 2 NFL MVPs. The dude is insane. And this game, like at halftime with the Eagles up 10, Patrick Mahomes, like that first drive when they came down, he even had, I think it was like maybe a 10, 15-yard scramble in the red zone. Like he was just doing it all. Yeah. He just did it all. And that offensive line for the Chiefs was insane because, like, if you're an Eagles fan right now, you're sad. We're going to hear from Max. I was sad about the future, but that's gambling. Like, money comes, money goes. It was more that I'll just never be in that spot again. The Chiefs' offensive line and their offensive game planning, like, they made the Eagles' defense look bad. They didn't get any sacks, and that was supposed to be the strength of their team, and they didn't do anything all night.
That's what I was worried about, that offensive line was going to be so disrespected during the week that they were going to be like
barking at them,
people,
random people,
assholes just like screaming at them out of nowhere. They did feel like they were disrespected. They were kind of ignored. They were talked over, and they responded big time. So you talked about the change in the half. So this is per Karen Williams, Pro Football Talk, I believe. She said the Chiefs had the ball 4 times in the first half. They scored 7 points on offense. They have the ball 4 times in the second half, and they scored 31. It was actually technically 24 points. Heck of a job making halftime adjustments by the coaching staff of the Chiefs. And it was the adjustments. On offense, the receivers were getting open at will. In the first half, it looked like it was going to be if the Eagles can figure out a way to limit Kelsey to like under 200 yards and 3 touchdowns, then the Eagles are going to be able to win. But in the second half, the receivers got involved, and people were like, oh, they don't have Tyreek Hill all season. They were missing Mecole Hardman, who I think his wife gave birth to a baby like this morning. The Chiefs had 3 babies born in the last 18 hours.
Should be illegal.
It's insane. Like,
should be illegal.
They must have timed that out. They must have timed it out for Super Bowl babies. And that's like the exact opposite of what we've been talking about on the show. We always say, like, it's awesome when players have, like, you always hear about guys that are like, yeah, I'm timing my baby for the offseason so it doesn't interfere with the regular season.
You say me.
He was doing a you.
Yeah.
But Andy Reid zigged while everybody zagged. And he's like, I want everybody fucking, what would 9 months before the Super Bowl be?
I can never do
Jake,
this
can you
math.
Can you look that up?
I believe it's December.
No,
it's
May?
May. It's May.
In May?
April,
They-
May?
At OTAs, Andy Reid's message to the team was like, go home and get your girls pregnant immediately.
Right.
So they had 3
Mid-May.
babies.
So that's like Mother's Day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. So
Yeah.
Andy Reid gave some good advice. That's why he's one of the GOATs. And the Chiefs, credit to their coaching staff too for being able to scheme up all that shit in the second half. Getting guys like Tony, Sky Moore contributed.
Well, first of all, it's crazy they were able to plan these pregnancies because, as Travis Kelce told us, no one expected him to be here.
No one did.
That was like Kirby Smart probably was sitting at home just being like, yeah, Travis, this is how we do it. They put a disrespect card, even though we were the favorites all year. But, the Eagles, it felt like they ran zone and were getting picked apart. And Patrick Mahomes, even with the gimpy ankle, was able to like step up in the pocket and find ways. And then I think they switched to man. Someone who watched the All-22 can tell me on the 2 red zone touchdowns where Andy Reid called one play and then just called it going the other way for the next touchdown. Like they looked so confused. They basically had a guy go in motion and got completely lost in the shuffle. And it really was like, if you're an Eagles fan, it's you can be upset about the penalty because we all just wanted to see like a classic ending for a game that was phenomenal. But at the end of the day, your defense gave up 31 points and your defensive line got no sacks.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jalen Hurts played his fucking ass off. He played outside of the fumble that was obviously very costly. It was the only turnover of the game and it was an instant touchdown. The Eagles' defense is what let them down. And it was Patrick Mahomes being Patrick Mahomes and being the best player in the NFL. Like, remember when we were getting into the AFC Championship game and people were trying to have the discussion? Like, there's no discussion. There's no other guy. Patrick Mahomes is the guy. He has 2 Super Bowl wins in 5 years. He is 27 years old. He's fucking insane. And The Chiefs, I really do think this. Like, I know I could be bitter and sad, and I know there's probably some sickos and perverts who are hoping that I would be like the saddest boy ever. We'll wait till Max gets here for that. The Chiefs were the better team. They made more plays down the stretch. They were able to convert in big-time situations, and that second half, they dominated. Like, it was so easy for them to move the ball in the second half, whereas the Eagles offense looked good, but the Chiefs were able to make one or two stops. That was the difference in the game.
The Eagles also, they felt like they got a little conservative offensively in the second half, touching tribute to, what's his name, Rupert Murdoch, who was in the crowd.
Who was struggling to open up his hot dog. That guy is so rich and so old. Can we have someone just be on standby to get his hot dog unwrapped?
Jerry Jones pays people to hang out to clean his glasses.
Yeah.
We should have, Rupert Murdoch, if you're that old, there should be somebody on retainer that just goes out there and chews your food for you and just spits it into your mouth.
Baby birds it back. Yeah.
Baby bird style. But they got a little conservative on offense in the second half there. But that's kind of like, if you're able to run the ball and you're the Eagles and the game's close, you're probably going to stick with that. Jalen Hurts played so good in this game.
He was incredible.
He had some incredible passes. The one to Dallas Goedert on 3rd and 14, and that was almost like the turning point in the game was almost Nick Sirianni not calling a timeout when the clock was ticking down. So
then Andy Reid, and then they challenged that Dallas Goedert. And Andy Reid lost the timeout. And we're all like, "Oh, that could be significant."
So Nick Sirianni had a moment. They showed him on the sidelines. The clock was ticking down. He knew he was about to lose 5 yards on it. And you could just see the pain in his face. It looked like he was watching the national anthem again. He was trying to figure out, like, I don't want to give up a 5-yard. I can stop this.
Right.
I have the power to stop this penalty. And he's like, no, I gotta let it roll, and we'll trade the yards because I'm gonna need that timeout later. That was almost the biggest play. But then the pass that Jalen Hurts threw, where he dropped it in the bucket on Dallas Goedert, was just amazing. Like, there was 6 inches that he had to fit it in at that point, and just perfect catch. It was a great game. I'm a little bummed out about James Bradbury.
Yeah, I am too.
Admitting it.
Yeah,
because not just like for the show, but it's important for Eagles fans to be able to bitch and moan and have a scapegoat in the referees about that. And he took that away from them. He took away all the. He probably saved that referee's life.
Yeah,
actually,
he did. And it was one of those things that, like, it's one of those calls that if you want to call a penalty on every play, you probably can. And I think people were more mad that it was a very clean game. There was no offensive holding calls all game. Like, both sides played a pretty clean game. They let them play. I don't think there was any pass interference calls. Like, there was. It was an entire game.
No roughing the passer either.
No roughing the passer.
Well, they didn't get to Jalen Hurts.
They didn't hit him.
To Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, the only sack in the game was actually Jalen Hurts running out of bounds, 1 yard loss.
Yeah.
That was the only sack. Like, it was a very there was so much action, and it was played at such a high level, and that's really all it comes down to, is you just wanted to see the game ended on the field and not with a ref. But again, James Bradbury said, he tugged on him, and that technically it can be called a penalty. And again, I don't think, if you're an Eagles fan, as disappointing as the way that ended, your defense is what really let them down. Like, they didn't that pass. What they set the record or second most sacks all time. They didn't get it. It never even felt like, there was maybe 1 or 2 times all game that it felt like Patrick Mahomes was in serious trouble. And if you only are giving him that type of pressure 1 or 2 times, like, he's Patrick Mahomes. He had a couple of big time runs, and he was able to make plays with his feet when he needed to, and he is the best player in the world for a reason. And unfortunately, what I said leading up to this has become true, where in 5 years from now, we're going to be like, hey, actually, you know what? I'm going to take it back, because Jalen Hurts played well enough that doesn't count anymore. Like, remember I said that in 5 years from now, we'll be at a bar and someone will say, remember when Patrick Mahomes was an underdog to Jalen Hurts?
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts asserted himself as the stage was not too big for him. Even the drive, even when he fumbled, which ends up kind of costing the game because you have that fumble and it becomes a touchdown. He took the Eagles down the field running the ball and scored to answer that. Like, he did everything that he could have done to win that game for the Eagles. It's just the Eagles defense was not able to stop Patrick Mahomes.
I would like to award the very first ever part of my take LVP instead of the MVP. The LVP of Super Bowl 57 was the field.
Yeah.
Was the grass.
So bad.
They put in new grass 2 weeks ago. Guess how much they cost? Guess how much the entire turf costs?
$4 million.
Well, no, it's 800,000, which is
shit.
still
My bad.
that's a lot of grass.
Let me do that again.
That's
8,000.
800,000. Multiply
What?
it by 100.
Holy
You were
shit.
way off on that one. Yeah, they put in brand new turf, and it's like a new type of grass. I looked it up before the game because the guy that creates this grass, he grows it for golf courses. That's like his job, is to develop new types of grass. He developed this specifically in the last couple years to be used to play football on, and it's called Tahoma 31 grass. And then they started to do a victory lap about installing this new grass before the game came out. So like there were articles in Sports Illustrated. There were 2 articles that I read today in big media publications talking about how great this grass was and what an awesome job Roger Goodell did getting this together and like looking out for the players, making sure it's the premium shit. And it was mid. That grass was mid.
It was
You're
so
right.
bad.
Big Cat, you thought it was expensive grass.
Yeah.
It was just shake.
It was actually the Oklahoma State University, where the grass came from, tweeted before the game, the Super Bowl is being played on OK State turf grass. See what ESPN has to say about the special variety of turf. It right now, at the time of this taping, has over 2,000 quote tweets.
Yeah.
People are just roasting the grass.
It was awful grass. Everyone was slipping the entire game. All the players changed shit at halftime. I think the Eagles kicker, I think it was Jake Elliott, slipped on a kickoff on his plant foot.
Yep.
Worst grass I've ever seen. Worst grass in Super Bowl history.
Uh-oh.
We got the boys coming back in.
The boys are coming back in.
Memes led the charge.
Let me do a couple ads to reset. And Memes has walked in the building. Max and put some Pringles out. I told Hank to put Pringles out. Let's put some Pringles out.
Hank's been out of the production game for a while. He
Yeah.
sits up. He's not down to this shit with us
Put some
anymore.
Pringles out. Before we get to, we're gonna have a Pringles ad in a minute. You know what? I'll do the Pringles ad right now because we're gonna put the Pringles out.
Jake, see how many Pringles you can eat during the Pringles ad.
Ooh, yes. Here we go. That's my bad, Pringles. Pringles are the absolute best. We saw it in the big game. They had a commercial in the big game. Our favorite moments from the big game were when things were going well for the Eagles, but they weren't going well at the end. Everyone's favorite type of Pringles. Mine is sour cream and onion.
I like the ranch. Sour cream and onion is elite, though.
Look at this, Jake. See if you can finish the whole thing of Pringles. Yeah, you can do it. You can do it. Stock up on Pringles to experience the worth it risk for yourself. Visit Pringles.com. We love Pringles. We've been eating Pringles all week. Pringles has been sponsoring us. They sponsored the mini golf. I honestly, like, we were talking about it in the car. There's a lot of like pinch me moments about our careers. The fact that Pringles is sponsoring our podcast is definitely a pinch me moment.
Yeah.
Because I've loved Pringles for my entire life. They're my favorite snack. And the fact that we get to talk about Pringles, eat Pringles for free, get sponsored content by Pringles, it's the absolute best. So stock up on Pringles to experience the worth it risk for yourself. Visit Pringles.com today. Pringles.com. Pringles are the best. We're also brought to you by our friends at Coors Light, the best beer out there. When you're juggling work, family, and life in general, things can feel chaotic. That's why Coors Light helps you find moments to unwind all year long. Whatever you need to hit reset, reach for a Coors Light. It's made to chill. There's only one beer out there that's literally made to chill, and that's Coors Light. The mountains on the bottles and cans even turn blue when your beer is cold. That way you always know it's time to chill. When it's time to relax, just open a Coors Light. It's mountain cold refreshment made to chill. When it's time to unwind, Coors Light is the beer I reach for. So we want to hit the reset. Grab the beer that's made to chill. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Drizzly or Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/take. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Coors Light, the best beer in the world.
12 Pringles
You ate 12 Pringles.
during the Pringles.
Good job. Good job. Okay, so quick reset. We'll talk more about the game. Max and Rone have entered the building. Max already looks like he's going to cry.
He's been crying.
Oh, my God. This is – how would you like to start?
There's not much to say.
It's funny because, like, on the ride back, I'm sure that Max had thought about what he was going to say on the show, and he just has nothing. He's just like, his mind is just, it's his, like, his brain is battling itself to try to figure out how to get out of this.
Max, there's not much to say, but we are on a podcast, so you have to say something.
Yeah, I know.
This is making me feel so much better about losing my ticket that I get to watch this.
Yeah, it was tough.
How much of the result would you put on yourself for the last 24 to 48 hours?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to set the scene for that.
Okay.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll set the scene a little bit.
Yeah.
So Max,
a
Max
bad
went out
guy.
last night. We went out with Max. He was basically at about I'd say 5 o'clock yesterday. Max's mind went to a place where he just didn't want the rest of the weekend to exist before the Super Bowl. So he was trying to time travel to the Super Bowl. So what do you do to time travel? You just get hammered as shit. And so Max went out, had a few drinks last night, including some champagne that you were sipping. You were sipping champagne with your pinky up at the bar, cheersing people, and
Yeah.
They brought champagne to the table, and I jokingly was like, "Oh, Max, I have champagne. Let's do something." And he grabbed it out of my hand. It was like, "Cheers, go Birds."
yeah. And then last night
couldn't believe it.
in the car ride back, Max was struggling to keep it together. Might have spit up on himself a little bit.
He puked on himself.
Just a little bit. It was just
just a little
skosh
bit
of vomit. And
He said he said one thing about me is I could fuck Hank up 100 times.
yeah,
That's still true. That is still true.
Yeah, that
if
is
anything
true.
is still true, you can still fuck up Hank.
I was a bad guy last night.
You were a bad guy.
And then-
really, really bad guy.
And then, if it couldn't get any worse, you woke up this morning and you lost your phone. And this is definitely the worst possible day of your life up to this point to have lost your phone at. So you had to go get a new phone, and you almost were late to kickoff. I feel like you weren't locked in.
We were sitting in the stadium 2 hours before kickoff.
Okay, so Rone, let's hear from you because Max has to collect his thoughts. Like, collect your thoughts, Max. Think about it. Think about what you want to say. Rone, talk us through the last 6 hours of your life.
It was, it felt so good at one point. It felt so good, and it got to a point of feeling so bad. And there was a point where I had a flashback to when I was a child, and I thought to myself, like, maybe I could be the 50th president of the United States and play in the 50th Super Bowl. And I just, like, it was like this random flashback to a culmination of aspiring to something more, and then just realizing that since I ever wanted that, my life has been a series of so many failures of things that I wanted that I never could get, that I got close to, that I tasted. And in some ways, it makes the Super Bowl that we won 5 years ago just a fucking delicious bag of heroin that we tasted once that we'll never be able to taste again, that we're just chasing after in this hellish like riddle that we're just living in, that we got so close and that it ended like that. It's like we just sat there in silence for so long. Like we just sat there, and it's truly one of the worst days of my life.
BetterHelp.com.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I saw the halftime video. You guys were on the moon.
We
And
were up 10. We were up by 10.
I was feeling the same thing.
We were up by 10.
I was feeling a level of comfort that I shouldn't have felt at any point. As soon as Mahomes went down the field, though, to start the third quarter, did you guys have the realization that, like, oh, fuck. Like, this is going to be a problem?
Oh, yeah.
Because I think I went 20 minutes on the stream without speaking.
We couldn't stop him. We couldn't touch him. We're supposed to have the best defensive line in the league, and they weren't anywhere around him, dude. It was so depressing because that was supposed to be our bread and butter historically, and you can't be considered historically good if you can't touch the quarterback in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's when it mattered.
I want to know what was the reaction from you two when Mahomes, it looked like he got hurt in the first half. I mean, he did get hurt. He was limping off the field. He was in a lot of pain. What were your thoughts in that moment?
I didn't really think that he wasn't going to come back in. I basically was like, it's a Super Bowl. They're going to do whatever it takes to get him back in. So that didn't even really cross my mind like that much.
And we were so positive.
Yeah.
We would never root for injuries. We were talking to every Chief fan we saw saying he's a tough sumbitch.
Yeah.
Because he is a tough sumbitch.
Yeah. I said I would turn off injuries if I could. I can't,
Yes,
but I
you said
would
that.
have.
Let's embrace debate because we talked about this before we got it. Is he a tough sumbitch or is he a tough motherfucker?
Looking back, I wish he was hurt.
No, I mean
I do too.
that's-
Actually,
That's honesty.
Yeah, in the moment, I was like, no, I don't want him to be hurt. Right now, I wish his ankle fell off of his body.
Totally.
So
They need to be investigated for what they put in him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he got whatever the next level of shit that you can get injected into your body. They developed a new drug.
The stuff that they were sending to Peyton Manning's wife.
Yes.
That
Yes.
shit.
It looked.
Yes.
It was insane. It never happened. He didn't. There wasn't like a single limp in the slightest.
It was an okie doke, dude. They pulled an okie doke on us. They acted all hurt. They like limped a little bit, like he was old and injured. No, he's
It was
fresh.
brutal.
Max, can you also tell the people at home what it is you're wearing right now?
I'm wearing a nice
No,
shirt.
let's start at the shoes. We'll go shoes up.
I'm wearing the Taylor Heineke shoes. They're good shoes. I like the.
Yep. Which I told you not to wear.
Well, I wore them the first 2 playoff games.
You're wearing shoes that you got because you guys lost,
They're good shoes.
and then the pants.
I'm wearing the puke sweatpants.
The
And-
big pants.
Parachute
Correct.
pants.
I'm also wearing jeans underneath of these sweatpants that I
He's
was
wearing 2 pairs of pants.
wearing 2 pairs of pants.
Why
would you wear-
Oh, I know why.
Why would you wear two pairs
why.
of pants, Max?
Tell us why.
Big Cat said that he was going to get me into the Eagles after party if they won. So I didn't want to wear the big sweatpants to that after party.
Planning ahead, that's smart.
Yeah,
That was smart.
I mean, if it had happened, then you would have looked like a genius. You would have changed the game forever. So
Do
you'd
you
have
guys-
people all across the country wearing 2 pairs of pants?
Do you guys have any regrets? Because I have one regret. I don't regret not hedging because it's gambling. You win, you lose. You're a big boy. You know, you play with the team on the field. I do regret chirping the Chiefs O-line. That was a mistake. Hand up. Shouldn't have barked at them.
They were
Chiefs O-line
massive.
was really good.
They were
Ron,
massive.
you were there, yeah.
We saw them and they were massive. Like every one of them, and I should have known them that they were fucking massive dudes, and they ate the Eagles alive. It was like a black hole, dude. Everything just disappeared when we went into their O-line.
It was so bad.
Can you guys tell us about the halftime show in person?
Rihanna is hot. It was cool because we were winning at that moment in time. So it was fun to watch Rihanna.
We were whispering a lot of positivity to each other. We're like, we fucking got this. These guys are motherfuckers.
Were you
pussies.
guys-
Like, we're about to fuck these dudes up? Like they.
Were you guys thinking like it was over? Because I
Were
wasn't.
you like, what time should I text Big Cat?
Yeah. Were you
No, that didn't cross my mind one single time.
okay? Be honest.
But I did think that we were going to win.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes,
You
Hank.
guys were both, I know Rone went out last night too, he was a little bit hurting. You guys got to your seats and you were just blasted by the sun. How did that feel?
The sun was an issue. Sun was a big issue.
Especially with 2 pairs of pants on.
I was wearing 2 pairs of pants. I was sweating. I was uncomfortable. It hurt. I had a headache.
Now, I also heard because you were drinking through it. I heard I got a live update that when the doink happened, you might have spilled like half your beer on a Chiefs fan.
I spilled a lot of a beer on the Chiefs fan. He was a really nice guy, and then he was really mad at me when I spilled the beer on him.
What was it? A celebration spill?
It was like, yeah, it was the doink. So I was sitting down holding the beer,
Fresh beer.
and it was like, oh my god, he missed it, and then it just right
doink-
over this guy's, right all over this guy's.
Shut the
back.
fuck up, Hank.
yeah, the doink is
Shut the fuck up because that doink, Hank celebrating in my face with the bet that I put him on, and he only took the doink because he knew I was taking no doink.
He trolled you.
And that was the dumbest bet I think I will ever make in my life.
Yeah.
I had to put a lot of money on it to make a little bit of money, but I wanted it to be exhilarating. I got triple fucked by the.
That was a hiccup.
That was
for
a
Max.
doink. Max's stomach is doinking on him.
It was a hiccup.
I got triple fucked by the fucking doink because 1, I bet against it. 2, I bet over 3.5 field goals, and that would have made it 4 field goals on the day. And I forget what the third reason was. I think it brought me down to a dark place for a considerable amount of the first half.
It was a great doink.
Shut up.
The actual sound of it.
Hank has been really mean.
Probably greased up the pole.
Since we got back. He's
Hank's
like,
a bad person deep down to
he
his
is,
core.
he is.
He has a dark bottomless pit of a soul.
I told him, in all seriousness, there's no cameras on. He was just firing off tweets, dancing on Philadelphia's grave, and I said to him, Jake heard me. I was like, I hope when you're golfing 36 holes on Tuesday while we're still working, that a snake bites you and kills you.
I have another question. If that's allowed.
Yeah, go ahead.
The fans
You have 2 days to live. Ask as many questions as you want.
Philadelphia flipped over a car before the game. As representatives of the city, what your thoughts?
That was cool, and you're the fucking worst. And I fucking hate you so much.
Max could beat your ass, dude. Whenever he wanted to, Max could just beat your. He would.
That's the thing about Max.
The thing about me is I would beat the fuck out of Hank.
Oh, man.
And it would do numbies too.
Yeah.
It would. It would do numbers.
Stop. Stop.
It was funny. I was laughing. He was saying this to people who had no idea about the context.
I really don't.
One thing about me is I beat the fuck out of this guy. What?
One of the funniest parts at the party last night was there was a mentalist there that was doing card tricks and mentalism.
That guy texted me during the game, by the way.
And so Max sees this mentalist come up to us, and immediately he just gets like full erect because the previous mentalist that we had on, O's, did numbers on the Part of My Take YouTube. And so Max saw this guy, and he saw numbers. He's like, a mentalist? Fuck yeah, I'm going to get this guy's info. So this guy starts doing these tricks for us. And then it comes time to do one of those things where he has you write down something on a card, and he does a bunch of other stuff with that. And so Jake had been watching him perform his whole routine, and Jake was just like blown away by it. And the guy turns to Jake and says, all right, Jake, tell me, who is your favorite athlete of all time? Don't say it, but write it down on this card. And Jake is like so excited, and he's like, oh, I know exactly who I'm going to write. Obviously, he was going to write Derek Jeter. And so he's getting ready to take the card, and then Max just pushes Jake aside. He goes, no, I know my favorite player. And he stole the trick from Jake so he could write Shane Victorino on the 7 of diamonds.
Flying Hawaiian.
And did the guy get it?
And then, the guy got it because mentalists are incredible. But Max was just, I think you went to a point.
I'm sorry, Jake.
You went to a point where the only way that you were feeling a little bit insecure about the game, but the only way that you could get past that is to put on this cloak of invincibility and just be like, fuck it, we're going to win.
I thought we were going to win.
I will say, though, not to keep harping on Maniac Max last night, but, again, party, casual people come up and say, what do you think about the game? And I was like, Birds are going to win. There's no way they lose. And then Max would go to an outburst and be like, no, fuck this guy. Don't listen to this guy. And then I was like, he started talking about paying the money back. I was like, why are you preparing to lose? He goes, everyone prepares to lose. I was like, no, they don't.
Not guys who drink champagne.
The Eagles players don't prepare to lose. They prepare to win.
They lost to the best quarterback of all time. That's fair.
What do you think about that, Hank?
Let's have the discussion.
Yeah, in 5 years.
See how it goes.
Okay. So you guys both owe me $6,000.
Yeah, how should we do it?
However you want to do it, I don't care. I'm gonna need it. I'm going on vacation for about 5 days this next week. I think Monday is President's Day, so Tuesday. I'll need it by Tuesday.
So Venmo does $3,000 a day, I think, is the limit.
Okay.
But I also think that we should do something.
Yeah.
I don't know what it should be. I don't know if it's a live stream.
I think
or
a
some
live
kind
stream
of
would be good.
Live stream where we like do
Maybe-
something to
ooh.
get the money.
No. They should do because you don't actually have to pay me by Tuesday. Max, you do. Rone, you don't.
No.
What if
They should. You guys should have to live stream the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Max.
they should live stream watching the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's what you should do. And you can say, and you can open up your Venmos, and if people have pity on you, you guys will watch back the Super Bowl.
And we can just do like trials and tribulations throughout the live stream. Like, be like, okay, well, we're like cam pigs who are just like doing whatever people say for like $20 to fucking do this thing. Or
Second half, you have to show feet. That'll get the money going.
oh my god,
Jalen Hurts did look really good.
Jalen Hurts was phenomenal.
That's one thing that you can walk away is being like, no one can say anything bad about Jalen Hurts anymore.
The only thing you
He
can say
is-
bad, it continues our take that quarterback with a visor, no Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's true. But no, he was. I said it before you guys walked in. My fear that I expressed on Friday of people saying like, remember when Patrick Mahomes was an underdog to Jalen Hurts in the Super Bowl? That doesn't really play anymore because Jalen Hurts did everything outside of the fumble, which was backbreaking.
Yeah,
But everything else, he was absolutely spectacular. The Eagles' defense completely, and that's more credit to the Chiefs' offensive line and Patrick Mahomes, but that's what let you down. Like, you can't. James Bradbury even said that was a penalty.
Totally. He thought he could get away with it.
That was. What are you guys thinking in that moment?
I mean,
We had a chance to get the ball back, go down the field, and score. Even if he just doesn't take the penalty and they score on us, at least we have a shot. We tried to let them score after that, so at least we would have our fate in our own hands. I don't think that they would have even completed that. So it would have been a field goal. We can go and try and get a field goal.
it was like the moment. It was such a quick cheer celebration. Yes, we finally got to stop. And then I just saw that fucking yellow flag float onto the field, and it was just backbreaking. It was backbreaking.
It was like being on the top of a Mayan temple and a guy is just holding your fucking heart in front of you as you die. It's just like you saw it ripped out, and it's just like the moments as you die, and you just saw it happen in front of you, and it was just over.
Did you cry, Max?
No, there was.
Yes, he did. He cried
A little.
Be honest.
My brother called me in the car after, and he was just talking it out. And there was a moment where I like almost thought I was going to burst into tears.
What did he say?
Like cry.
What did he say?
It
You
was
can
just-
cry now,
No,
but you can.
it's fine.
Did you cry?
You look like you're about
Did
to
you
cry.
cry out of
bro.
anger at all? Like when you guys were winning? Because I could also see you crying when you're excited.
But it was never a moment of like I don't even know.
No, but Max, it's okay to cry because think about it. Like, you may never get to go to an Eagles Super Bowl ever again, and potentially for free. Like, if the Eagles win that game, right now, you not only got a free Super Bowl ticket, but you are most likely
This is mean.
in your jeans partying with the team. Like, you and Lane Johnson would have had the greatest bear hug of all time. While you're just like the team I love just won a Super Bowl and I'm with the guys.
Yeah, that would have been pretty cool. I don't know what else to say. This is a bad feeling. Like a really bad feeling now.
You definitely thought about the party though. Is there somebody that you were like looking forward to meeting? Someone that you wanted to drink beers with?
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't want to talk about it.
We did talk about it, though. Who do we...
You definitely fantasized about what the party was going to be
Who did you guys
like.
decide was going to perform?
We talked about even at their
with
facility.
Lane.
Who did they say was going to perform?
DJ Khaled, 21 Savage.
Oh, no.
No, it would have been cool.
Uzi gets up there and just like, I just want to rock.
Yeah, he probably would have. The whole dance, and then they were dancing to our song, dude.
They were
It was just so bad. We were so close.
so close. And listen, the one nice thing that's happening right now is I'm starting to feel a lot better about my bet. Just seeing you guys, because there is no. I said before, gambling is gambling. Like, I've been gambling my whole life. You win some, you lose some. I lose more than I win by a lot. I was sad because I'll never get into a Super Bowl with a 22-1 ticket. But fandom always trumps gambling. And seeing you guys, as sad as you are, is giving me a little bit of joy.
It's terrible. It's the low of lows. Like, if the Eagles and Phillies had won the World Series and the Super Bowl,
Well,
like,
Well, that's the thing.
Titletown. Remember, Max? You
got-
said Titletown. Max called you guys Titletown.
I shouldn't have said that.
You guys now, you guys have lost the last 3 professional sports championships.
That have been given out, yeah.
We're going to lose to the Celtics in the playoffs this year, and it's going to be like the most devastating thing of all time.
More than this?
Like, Hank's stupid fucking face is going to make me so mad.
No, I mean, if
right?
history repeats itself, he'll beat the Celtics but lose in the finals.
Yeah, that's true.
That would be
positivity.
so fine with me.
What?
You like second place?
Beating the
He
Celtics.
said that. Yeah, no,
beating
he
the
said that.
Celtics.
You like
yes.
second
He's
place?
said, no, he's said that
Yes.
before. He said that
Yes.
before.
Yeah, but you're
Beating the Celtics, yes.
but you're willing this to happen now.
yes. Do you know how good that would feel?
Yeah, for
us?
2 weeks.
Yeah, beating
And then you'd have to deal with years.
I care about you.
And now you have to look at them, knowing that.
What do you think
About
about that scenario? Would you take that right now?
to beat? No. That's not
Max,
good.
you might have to beat Hank's ass.
No, you literally. That's like the only thing that's presenting itself, dude. He's
Yeah.
fucking his little Cheshire grin. I cannot look at him.
He is smiling. He's smiling.
Oh, he's
so
so
hard.
happy.
And it was so true because like during the stream, and well, actually, Hank also lost his future on the Eagles.
Oh, true.
They put in earlier this week for $3.21. But during the stream, Hank was being, outside Doinkgate, Hank was being a good supportive friend for the most part. He wasn't rooting against the Eagles. He wasn't rooting loudly for the Chiefs. But if you check his timeline,
Yes.
like to our
No,
face, he's being so nice.
Yeah.
And then you look at what he's putting out there into the world for everyone else to see, and it's just a never-ending cascade of shit.
It was no. We got in the car, and Hank. It was actually really nice. It basically is what you would feel like if you were able to attend your own funeral. Everyone in the car did their own version of "I'm so sorry, Big Cat," really in hushed tones. It was touching.
That is
It
nice.
felt nice,
That's
supported.
very nice.
And so Hank even chipped in and said, "I'm so sorry for your loss." And then I looked at his timeline when I got back, and he was just fucking dancing on
He's
Philadelphia's
fake.
grave.
There's not a genuine bone in his body,
No.
dude. He's just rotten to his core.
It's brutal.
He was leaning over and showing me pictures of my sad face and your sad face.
Yeah.
During the game, and
Oh, and
Max's
he-
sad,
oh.
and Max's sad face too. And he showed me the side by side Nick Sirianni crying in the national anthem,
Did you
and
guys know
Max
he cried?
crying during the
They
actual
showed
game.
it right there. I said it's going to be a meme for all time, and I thought that was a good thing.
Oh no. Yeah, no, he even said, he goes, "I'm sorry, Big Cat, about your loss." And then maybe 30 seconds later, he's like, "Hey, can you send me that picture of me and Max drinking champagne?" And I said, "No, absolutely not." He said, "I'll send it to Jake, and what he does with it, I don't care, but I'm not sending it to you."
But I saw you taking the picture in real time. I was like, I know Big Cat knows how insane it was.
Oh, I was documenting Max. The way Max acted last night, you could write history books on how not to act before the biggest game of your life.
I was the author of that book.
Yeah.
I had a front row seat, and I knew, I was like, this is either going to make it that much better for him if he wins, because it's like you're coming off a long night and you're just rolling into a party, or it's going to make them losing 20 times.
I said to him, I was like, "Hey, dude, let's keep it together. You got a big day you got a big day coming up tomorrow." And he looked me in the eyes. He's like, "I'm built different."
I did
What
not
would
keep
your-
it together. I
What
did
would
not
your
keep
pie
it together.
chart be in terms of reasons why the Eagles lost, Max included?
Okay, so I'll give myself 5% blame for the barking of the O-line. I'll give 5% blame to Rone for cheating at the dozen.
That was massive.
I'll give.
I was James Bradbury. I
mean, that
thought I
is
could
true.
get away with it.
No, I knew. Listen, when that happened, when that whole night went down, I was like, "This is a bad karma thing for us."
I tried to jump in the pool to
Yeah.
redeem
No.
myself. It didn't work.
I'd give
that too.
25% to the Eagles' defense and defensive line specifically. So what is that? 35. So then 65% to Max.
Yeah, I'm a bad guy.
All right. So
Max did Soggy Sorrows preemptively today.
Yeah.
He walked into the pool with all of his clothes on
did.
to try to atone for his sins of the night before.
I
and
actually-
it was a funny visual. You looked funny when you did it, so we're not going to make you do Soggy Sorrows again. You can't do that twice in one day. But you've got next time you're here, you'll have a different game plan.
but that's the thing about
Who
Super
knows?
Bowls.
Who knows?
For franchises that don't go to Super Bowls often, you never know when you're going to be back.
It might never happen. Our coaching staff we have 20 free agents. Our coaching staff is going to get these other head coaching jobs. I don't know why you would hire some of them. The Chiefs had wide open touchdowns
Jonathan
wherever
Gannon was
they
so
wanted.
bad.
He had a bad game.
Zone defense just getting ripped.
Our offensive coordinator is going to get hired by the Colts. It could be the last hurrah. I think that Jalen Hurts is a guy. I think we have 2 first-round
Oh,
draft
Hank,
picks.
don't do that. Jalen Hurts is a guy. He was awesome tonight.
Yeah, but they're saying it's the last hurrah. He's like 24.
Octopus
he's-
too.
What?
Octopus for Jalen Hurts.
Octopus for Jalen Hurts. Yeah, no, it's It's oh fuck you, Hank. God damn it, he's just the fucking worst.
We gave out 2 props on this.
Memes is shaking his head. Memes hates Hank too.
Did I put you onto that one too?
No, that was Jake.
Yeah, Jake did. It's just you don't know when you're gonna be like. Listen, if the Bears are ever lucky enough to go to another Super Bowl, I will be in bed by like 7 p.m. the night before. I'll knock myself out.
You want to be fresh.
I'll drink a whole bottle of NyQuil right before I go to bed.
Learn from me.
Yeah, well, I don't even have to learn
No,
from you.
learn
I
from
knew
me. No,
I
learn
knew
from
what you're
me.
doing was bad in the real time.
Same. I encourage you to keep going.
Oh my God, he's the worst. All right, I have one last question for you guys.
The devil. You're the devil.
I was not like.
No,
You're
I did.
the devil.
No, I did. I was really bad.
But you
guy
got
last
there
night.
and you were locked in for the game.
I was locked in for the game.
You were screaming. You were pouring beer on the guy, watering him like a garden.
Yeah, it was. There was moments that was so much fun.
We said we had 1 half to go. We're up 10 at halftime.
I know.
We scored again.
Do you know what though? When you guys got the ball first, I was like, "There's a problem," because there's nothing worse than just knowing they have one in the bank.
But then you score first, and then
I
then
understand,
it makes you feel.
but then they scored just as easy going down the field.
I know they did.
In the first half too, you guys had the script that you needed. Mahomes was like barely on the field. He literally they had the first drive touchdown. Then they obviously scored on a fumble. They missed a field goal, scored on the fumble, and then they punted. Like it was.
And Mahomes got Willy Wonka hurt. He like limped out and then like did a somersault after the half and was fucking good to go.
You see the end of the Usual Suspects when Kevin Spacey's walking down the street?
Yeah.
And then he just starts walking away. He Kaiser Soze'd you.
He Soze'd.
Patrick Mahomes is Kaiser Soze.
It was terrible.
It was bad.
It was all really bad. All right, my last question, Rhoback question. Use code TAKE on Rhoback.com for 20% off your first purchase. RHOBACK.com. Code TAKE. Rhoback is back for another year, and you know how much we love them. I'm wearing the joggers right now. Got a flight tomorrow. Going to put on the joggers. Rhoback is the absolute best. Use promo code TAKE for 20% off your first purchase on RHOBACK.com. Okay. How long do you think it will take for you guys to get over this loss?
This is unlike anything I've ever felt before in my entire life.
Do you have all 4 grandparents still alive?
No. It's basically it's a pain that's so deep in. Me and Rone literally sat there for 15 minutes after the game ended and didn't say a single word.
In dead silence, just the
Like-
flag over my head, just like in complete darkness. It was so. This is a kind of loss that starts to shape who you are as a person and like how you see the world and how you feel about yourself. And people are just dancing on my grave, shitting on me online.
Oh, it's bad online.
But I'm numb to it. It's nothing can make me feel as bad as I already feel inside. Like there's no touching the fucking depths of that emotion. It's so shitty.
Yeah.
What do you think the reaction is going to be from the city of Philadelphia? Because you know that they would have gone nuts with a win.
Well, excuse me. PFT.
What?
You're talking about Titletown?
Yeah, no, I'm saying, what
It's
do you
not
think is
Titletown.
going to be? What's going to be the reaction of the city of Philadelphia?
Max is
Are
crying. He's actually
wait,
going to
wait,
cry
wait,
right
wait.
now.
I want to hear though. What do you think that are they going to like go out and riot tonight in the streets because of this, or are they going to just like pack their bags, go home? We only celebrate and destroy property after wins.
You just gotta go home. You just gotta go to bed.
The way it was described to me,
He's got to go to bed.
you do. They said it was like a very like dangerous silence in the city right now.
I don't like that.
It's like a danger. It's very
That doesn't
quiet,
sound
but
good.
like dangerous, eerie, like on the verge of something. I don't know.
Like
I don't know.
all the birds and shit are flying away.
I hope the
All
aliens come, dude. I really hope the aliens just descend on us and fucking rip this shit up. dude.
Max, you were about to cry there,
I'm not crying.
but you were.
You want me to cry so bad.
It's the only. This is why I
Best way
sent you
through.
there. I
Will you
wanted
knock off 1,000 if he cries?
Yeah. If it's genuine tears, absolutely $1,000 knocked off.
So much. Everyone's just staring at me.
Well, you can sit there and think about it, and if you start crying, then you get $1,000 off. It's easy. We can keep going with the show, and you can sit there and let us know when you start crying. A lot of guys you're losing in free agency.
You got picks though.
And Jason Kelsey might retire.
Jason Kelsey's definitely
Yeah,
retiring.
that was his last game.
That was
dude.
it? That
Think
was the
about
last
everything that he gave to us, dude. Think about all the pictures that he took down the shore and just stumbling around Old City, how much of a Philly guy he was.
He looks like you.
He's you.
I love him.
What are you going to think about when you think about Jason Kelsey? Oh, man. What time's your flight?
Flight's at 2:30.
It's going to be a long ride back.
It's a long middle seat.
What do you mean middle seat?
You're not going to be in a middle seat?
I don't think so.
Have you checked in?
No, I don't have any apps on my phone.
You have a brand new phone.
This whole phone thing really fucking sucks.
Yeah, I bet it does.
Yeah, you had to buy a new phone too.
Yeah, that was like $700.
And $6,000 you got to give me.
Yeah, 6,000. Yeah. Yeah.
And it would have, if we had just waited, it would have been like only like $4.
It would have been so much cheaper if we waited.
Could be cheaper right now if you cry.
Think about how great the entire offseason would have been if you just had like a full offseason just stunt on everybody.
Oh my God, dude! If we had an extra draft pick and the last pick in the draft, we could just be so cocky. We would have been such bad people.
Max would have been. He literally would have been toasting champagne with the Eagles
With
right
Jason
this
Kelsey,
second.
dude. You would have been able to Spider-Man meme with Jason Kelsey.
Oh.
Jason Kelsey. I love Jason Kelsey. I'm gonna miss him
the
so
best.
much.
Yeah.
Eagles fans like maybe blaming you for this loss because of your actions last night, or is that even cross your mind?
People are not the happiest with me online right now.
Yeah.
It's not a good feeling.
They're happy you're sad. They're taking joy in the fact that you're going through it.
Hank is so happy.
You think
He's so
You think it's
happy.
possible that Jalen Hurts caught whiff of your actions, and as Jake told you last night, he fumbled that ball on purpose so he wouldn't have to party with you tonight?
He wouldn't do that. He played so well. He's franchise quarterback.
You got to pay him this offseason too, and that's just going to cut into what we can pay
you guys
everybody
are already
else.
under the cap.
Yeah, that's going to cut into what we can do.
This is let's just see real quick. So, Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, Jason Kelsey, James Bradbury.
Oh, I think he's gonna cry. I think he's gonna cry. I think he's crying.
Ndamukong
I think he's crying right now.
Linval Joseph, Boston Scott, Zach Pascal, Miles Sanders,
Yeah, you're crying.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Gardner Minshew.
Just let it go.
All these guys are going to be gone.
Let it go, man. Strong men also cry. $1,000.
Yeah.
Just so you know, Max, too, my wife texted me and was like, don't make Max pay. And I was like, I have to make him pay.
He won't learn if you don't make him pay.
She was like, don't make him pay. He's already hurting enough. And I was like, no, you don't understand. He has to pay.
No, I have to pay.
You have to pay.
YouTube stream would be nice.
Yeah. Well, except for the fact that you're going to have to watch the game again.
Yeah.
And, man, you guys, you had it. You had it.
This is so mean right now. What's going on?
You had it.
I know.
It was
I know.
in your hands.
That halftime, like watching that halftime performance with a 10-point lead, not knowing if Mahomes was coming back didn't cross my mind, but like not knowing that.
What is that? Oh, no, Jake.
Eagles fans are climbing poles despite the loss.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Listen
That's
to
good.
Max.
That's
Just
good.
go to bed.
That's good. Nature's healing.
Just go to bed.
The headline: Eagles fans celebrate season despite Super Bowl loss. Fox 29 News.
That can't be true. I refuse
go
to
to
believe
bed.
that's true.
AP tweeted it.
Okay, well, Max, Rone, thank you guys. It's great that we got your instant reaction. I'm sorry for your loss. I lost just like you guys.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry we couldn't give you, bring you that bet.
It does make me feel a lot better seeing you guys because there is no, like I said, gambling is gambling. You win some, you lose some. I'm a big boy. I even though people are like, you should have hedged, I was never going to hedge. I wanted to feel it. You can't celebrate if you hedge. And I wanted to celebrate with you guys. But seeing you guys as down as you are makes me realize that I'm okay. I'm okay.
I'm glad we could do that.
Someday you guys will be okay. Maybe not.
I don't know.
This is the type of loss that you're gonna.
I don't
one
think
way
you'll
or
ever-
another, you're gonna wear it with you for the rest of your life.
I don't think you'll
it's
ever
gonna
be
be a
okay.
part of your DNA. It's what you're gonna evolve. You're gonna move on, but it's gonna affect how you are in the future. It's a part of you now. This loss is inside you forever.
When the Eagles lost to the Patriots in 2004, yeah, I thought about it for 14 years. I just thought about it every year, and like I became a loser because of it. It's like I was just a loser. Like I knew deep down that I was a loser, and it feels like we're going back to that, dude.
Yeah, because you won, and Andy Reid, like those second half adjustments by Andy Reid.
Yeah, I mean the defense on the back, not just the front seven.
Best coach of all time, best quarterback of all time, man. Salute to those guys.
That's facts. That's facts.
The only thing I'll say about Andy Reid is I'm shocked they didn't go for 2 when
To go up
9. Yeah.
Nah, because then I would always rather make them get 2.
See, if you get that 2, it's game over. Most
Right,
likely.
but if you don't, then
you're still up 7. They're not going
Right,
to
I
go for 2
know.
on the other end.
But then you don't make them go for 2.
Yeah.
Make them win. Up 8.
I would have done it.
Guaranteed
Hindsight,
8.
But
The like 4th and 1 play, the 3rd and 1 plays. Whenever they would line up and do the QB sneak with Jalen Hurts, that felt like that shit was unstoppable.
They've been doing it all year. It's the best.
It actually was the difference in the game because you went off sides on that one, and then that led to the fumble.
The fumble, yeah.
Yeah.
I really didn't like that false start.
You know what's wild is I'm pretty sure the NFL is going to outlaw that play next year.
Yeah, so that's like half your offense.
Because who really writes the rule book? It's Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
And Jerry Jones, he plays in the division against you guys. And so he's definitely telling Roger Goodell, like, hey, don't let them birds cheat. Fix it.
No. I think we're going to be able to keep doing it.
But we talked all before the game. Like, we kept having this conversation. This is the best Eagles team we're ever going to watch. We had that conversation a million times. Like, this is this is as good as it gets as the Eagles team.
That's tough.
I guess the team in 2017 was better.
No, this team was so good.
Well, we beat the Patriots then. That was fucking awesome.
That
I'll
was
never
awesome.
forget that.
That was a great that was a great time. But as good as I felt then, I think I feel worse now.
Yeah. So let me end this because we're gonna finish the show with who's back of the week, but I want to read just a quick tweet to you. Let me find this real quick.
This is going to be mean.
No, it's not going to be mean. Hopefully Mahomes is okay. Seriously, we don't root for injuries. Related and secondary, we don't want to hear any excuses when the Eagles win by 30.
Yeah, that was Smitty. That wasn't his best tweet. But
It was probably a typo. It was probably just a typo by Smitty.
Yeah.
He butt tweeted that?
Yeah, it was probably just a butt dial right there. I don't think he meant to say that. I think he would have that one back.
punt return was really bad.
Was that when you knew that, like, we're fucked?
Yes.
That
was like the – and then the fucking same exact play, back-to-back touchdowns. I just don't understand how someone is that wide open for a touchdown on back-to-back drives. Like,
Yeah. And it wasn't just the touchdowns. There were coverage issues, like, nonstop.
Yeah, fucking Gannon was –
We just all made the mistake from us all the way up to the Eagles, like to the coaching staff, to the players, of feeling ourselves a little bit too much.
oh, yeah.
It actually is very Philly that the reason that Max doesn't have a Super Bowl, in part, is just because he went out and got too drunk.
Yeah.
It's very
65% of the blame is what people are saying.
I did get too drunk.
All right, well, boys, thank you.
Thanks for the ride.
Yeah. It's a hell of a experience.
Oh, he's just crying. He just wiped a tear. Max, you literally just wiped a tear out of your eye. We got you in 4K.
No, 5.
How many Ks are we?
6 to 5.
Okay.
If I can see real tears.
I don't know what else to say.
Okay. Well, you said it all. We got Portillo's in the other room, so just maybe eat up.
Yeah,
Thanks, guys.
that's good advice. One way that you can just make this go away temporarily is if you just eat your sorrows
Yeah,
away.
eat
And
it-
just
eat it all up.
get uncomfortably full.
Eat it all up.
If you have physical
Ron.
pain, then
Thank
you
to
can point
Max.
your finger and be like, that's what's hurting me right
Yeah.
now.
What else do we have for the game? I mean, I think we covered pretty much.
Chad Henne retired.
What?
Chad Henne retired.
Chad
Oh,
Henne
what a story.
retired.
It's like
What-
Right after
Peyton
the game.
Manning
Yeah.
walking away at the end, Chad Henne walking away, his final win being a Super Bowl.
That's beautiful.
What a career.
Recurring guest, one question with the quarterback. This season.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not much else to say other than I do think the Chiefs were the better team, and the Eagles' defense completely let them down. And it was an incredible Super Bowl. It was. Like, thinking about all the plays, like, we didn't even – that A.J. Brown touchdown.
Yeah.
And, like, that was an insane play. Travis Kelce's touchdown.
CD Deuce. With some fucking hits.
On
He was
Isaiah
just
Pacheco,
nailing Pacheco.
Isaiah Pacheco is a fucking monster.
Yeah.
That guy runs so hard, gets so many yards, and then he took back-to-back, like, massive hits and stayed in the game.
Yeah,
He was, like, it's crazy, but – the the Chiefs having an Andy Reid offense and running the ball 15 times with Isaiah Pacheco. They ran it for 25 times tonight. That might have been partially because of Mahomes' injury. You could tell on the first drive of the second half. I think they went like 4 or 5 straight runs, but they ran the ball. The Chiefs' offensive line was just bullying the Eagles. It felt like even the runs that only got 3 yards, it felt like there was more yardage there. It just like either they slipped or someone was able to just like catch an ankle. It just the Chiefs were able to bully them all night. And if it weren't for Jalen Hurts playing out of his mind, this could have been like a blowout because the Eagles like. It just never felt sustainable for the Eagles. Even when they had the lead, it was like Mahomes is coming, Mahomes is coming, Mahomes is coming. Like there's nothing you'd be able to do to stop it.
Yeah, and when the Chiefs had the ball on the other hand, it felt effortless
Right.
for like most of the second half, where he was hitting receivers that were a minimum of like 2 yards open at the very least, and then sometimes he'd find a guy. I think on the Sky Moore touchdown, there probably wasn't anybody within 15 yards of him.
Yeah.
It was super easy for the Chiefs in the second half, and I think that's the coaching staff, and it's also, I mean, Mahomes he threw 3 touchdowns. I think he only had 170 yards, something like that.
He had 182 yards, but remember he didn't
have the ball.
He literally didn't have the ball
That's
for the entire second quarter.
He was like 21 for 27, and he had the ball like barely at all in the first half, and then slightly more in the second. But dude,
yeah, time of possession, the Eagles had the ball for 11 more minutes than the Chiefs. The Chiefs only had the ball for 24 minutes.
Yeah,
that's pretty insane.
It is. It's nuts. But congratulations to Chad Henne and the Chiefs.
And congratulations to the Chiefs. I mean, they are now officially. They're not a dynasty yet. I think you need 3 to become a dynasty.
They're on watch.
They have dynasty loading.
Yes,
because the way they have been in every part of a dynasty. Obviously, you have to win the championships, but it's also being the team that's like, oh, we're going to have to go there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Every single year. That's a big part of it being like the Chiefs are going to be there at the end of, January, and you're going to have to probably go to Arrowhead, and that's part of being a dynasty. And Andy Reid, he already was a Hall of Fame coach, but now 2 Super Bowls. I think he's like 5th all-time in wins.
He's the all-time winningest coach in Philadelphia history and in Kansas City history.
It's crazy. And Matt Nagy won a Super Bowl, which hurts me a lot, but whatever. We'll just erase that from my memory.
Spagnuolo, good job by him.
Yeah.
Good job by Spags today. Kind of weird that Rihanna played at halftime. But I think that if you know the lore, but Spags was like, he coached a hell of a game, and I think he's one of those guys that realized after trying to be a head coach, just be a kick-ass coordinator.
Yeah.
I don't know if he has plans on moving on somewhere. I actually did hear that the Commanders are going to hire Bieniemy. I don't know if it's locked up yet. I heard from somebody who generally knows these things that it pretty much is. So it'll be interesting to see how they move forward without him and what a role he was as opposed to Reed, what that combination was like.
Yeah.
But, yes, credit to Spags because he realized being an awesome coordinator sometimes – way easier job. Like, you don't have to deal with the media as much. You don't have all that pressure. He's just good at getting guys to play hard on defense.
Yes.
It also looks like the Colts are hiring the Eagles offensive coordinator.
Yes.
That was announced
the other 2 notes I had from the game, I think it might be time for Terry Bradshaw to hang it up. He looked a little lost on the stage, and he also said, hey, big guy, to Andy Reid, why don't you waddle on over here to get the Lombardi. He told the coach who just won the Lombardi, why don't you waddle on over here? Kind of tough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think Andy's probably the one guy that won't take offense to that, but still. And then we also had LeBron chime in on the penalty, the James Bradbury penalty, saying his hand is on his back, had no effect on his route. The game was too damn good for that call to dictate the outcome at the end. Damn. By the way, I have no horse in the race, just my professional opinion.
Professional opinion.
He's not a football
LeBron
player
James, the referee,
or a football player. Yeah, no, that's his professional opinion.
Okay, in my professional opinion, just my thoughts as a sports junkie, regardless of my own sport I play.
Yes, exactly. And Rihanna killed it. Mincy killed it. We had two great halftime shows.
We really did. Rihanna, I'm a fan for life now.
Yeah, and her special guest was her baby in her belly.
Yeah, most surprising seed of the night: Rihanna's baby or the grass on the field.
Good question.
I don't know.
It's also was just a reminder of like that Rihanna just only puts out bangers.
All bangers.
Because it was just hit after hit after hit after hit. I did think this is gonna sound fucked up. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I thought Kanye was gonna come out.
Juju
I really
wouldn't
did.
like that.
I thought he was gonna be like, "Hey, this is Kanye's redemption tour."
Well, they played her songs with him back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second one came on, I was like,
Oh, here he comes. And this is gonna sound fucked up, but I am forever scarred as a child who grew up watching wrestling. When she was suspended high above the stadium, I was just like, own heart, own heart, own heart.
Yep.
So
And then
that
at the-
kind of fucks me up for the rest of my life.
At the end, when she was done performing and the platform started levitating,
Yeah.
she's just like such an alien, basically. Like, she puts on such a great live show, and it feels like you're in a trance when you're watching her. I halfway expected the platform to just keep going up.
Yeah.
Just like into the sky.
Yes.
And then
Everyone said it
Rihanna
looked like
goes
Super
back.
Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it did give that vibe.
All right, let's finish up the show with Who's Back of the Week. I'm sure we'll have some other Super Bowl cleanup on Wednesday's show. We have Justin Fields on Wednesday's show, so get excited. Very good interview. PFT, you have a couple ads?
Show's also brought to you by Instacart. You can cart on Instacart full of all the essentials that you need to get ready for game day. But you know what else is coming up? Valentine's Day. It's easy to be so focused on prop bets, squares, and the injustice that your team didn't even make the playoffs that there's a good chance that you forgot that Valentine's Day is only 2 days later. Luckily, Instacart has your back. You can shop all kinds of last-minute Valentine's Day gifts and get them delivered in as fast as an hour. Valentine's Day is here. Don't fumble it. Get delivery nationwide in as fast as an hour, or you can select a delivery window that best fits your schedule. Get whatever you need from flowers, fragrances, ingredients for date night dinners, electronics, beauty products, sweets, literally anything that you can think of. Even jewelry. Get it delivered nationwide in as fast as an hour. Don't fumble Valentine's Day. Effortlessly shop for everything you need for Valentine's Day on the Instacart app or on instacart.com using the link instacart.com/vday, and get free delivery when you cart your first order. Offer valid for limited time. Minimum order $10. Additional terms apply.
Breaking news before we get to Who's Back of the Week. I think I'll up my blame for the Super Bowl loss to 10%. I'm going to take 10% now because Orlando Brown Jr. tweeted me a picture from the bus, him holding Lombardi while drinking a beer.
Oh, no.
So it was clear that I left a mark. I just replied saying, can't wait to root for you in Chicago next year. So that's one of those ones I'm just going to wish into existence. So when he's a Bear, because he is a free agent, when he's a Bear, we'll make amends. It'll be all good.
It's a tough look to bark at someone when you're not a fan of the team and you're rooting for your bet and you've deputized yourself as an ambassador for Philadelphia.
I would say,
and then have him go out there and do that to you.
I would say it's more tough to bark at someone who's like 3 times your size.
Yeah.
Be like, dogs are coming to guys that are playing in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
While you're watching it.
Yeah.
That's probably tougher.
Big cats don't bark.
Yeah, that was tougher. But hey, listen, he deserves all the credit. Though I've said it about 17 times. The Chiefs' offensive line was fucking insane tonight. 0 sacks allowed. Those guys were awesome. And it was, as a credit to the Chiefs' team building, like they lost the Super Bowl because their offensive line was shit.
Yeah.
And they rebuilt it, and they're like, hey, we got to make sure that the best player in football has to be protected.
Yeah.
And they fixed it. So, nothing else I could say about that. All right, who's back of the week? Hank.
My Who's Back of the Week is Dungeons and Dragons.
Nice.
So we recorded it about a month and a half ago. It's the first time we did it on the green screen room. We've had a team. I asked for a couple extra hands to try and spruce up the video a little bit. Trey, Quiggs, they work with me with advisors. They've also added like 5 other people in the graphics department to this team. They've been working on it for really hard. And it comes up Friday, so I'm excited. Just get ready for it. Get excited. It's going to be, audio-wise, it'll be the same as our normal Dungeons and Dragons, but the video should really help tell the story.
We had a great session of Dungeons and Dragons.
It was fantastic.
It was one of our all-time best. We actually completed an entire game. I don't know if that's what you call it. We completed a quest. Is that what it was? So we completed a quest in its entirety, and I know that was good. And I have no idea what they're going to do with the green screen, but I do know that it's going to be incredible.
So yeah, getting excited for that. I thought I had another one, but I forget it now. So yeah. Okay. Dungeons and Dragons back.
All right. My who's back all week.
UFOs.
Yeah, UFOs are back. You just stole mine. You fucking piece of shit. You fucking asshole. Fucking hate you. UFOs are back. Well, we shot down like 4 of them this week. So the F-22 is now, I think, 5-0 against balloons, which is pretty sick. That's probably the all-time record. And yeah, I think that they scrambled like another 2 sets of jets to try to take down more of these things. I don't know if they've been in the sky the entire time and we're just now seeing them, or if this is something brand new that's happening. But I would like to thank the aliens for their consideration and waiting until after the Super Bowl to invade and destroy the planet. That would have been fucked.
Yeah, it would have.
Because there were so many aliens out there on Saturday. It was like one after the other. You would just like refresh. It was like refreshing and seeing a new George Santos story. Every time I would refresh, there would be another UFO over a different state. And it was concerning for a second that they were going to destroy the planet before we got to the Super Bowl. Max probably wished that they did.
Yeah.
My other who's back of the week is Megan Fox. Megan Fox is back. Her and Machine Gun Kelly broke up. And she unfollowed everybody on Instagram except for 3 people.
Frank the Tank.
And I know he's the third. Who are the others?
And Frank.
Harry Styles, Chalamet, and Eminem.
And Frank.
Which I feel like, and Frank, but I feel like she just followed Eminem just to fuck with Machine Gun Kelly.
For sure.
So she's on the market. Now people are going to be putting pictures of her up and like zooming in on her thumbs. Have you ever seen her thumbs? Megan Fox has toe thumbs. And sometimes I think I might too. But there's so many dudes out there that are like, ew, I wouldn't fuck Megan Fox. Have you seen her weird thumbs? Doesn't matter. Doesn't. That should not enter the equation.
No.
But yeah, that's about to get trending again soon.
All right, my who's back is college basketball because I'm just going to bet college basketball all week to make
4
myself
weeks
feel
till
better.
Selection Sunday.
4 weeks till Selection Sunday. I mean, this is always the turning of the page, and it feels good. Don't do that, Hank.
Well,
Hank, don't
excuse
do
me,
that.
Hank. They can get the automatic bid in Madison Square Garden and win the Big East tournament. So don't count them out. Otherwise, they will not be making the tournament.
They might because
They might. Georgetown did it 2 years ago.
Jake, it sounds like you're really rooting for Villanova.
I mean, I want my guy Max to be happy.
Yeah.
But I just got stacked against it.
Yeah, I'm excited for college basketball.
I am too. This is the week where
I've been
K,
watching it all week,
you get fully into college basketball very early on the season. This is my annual tradition where we take a couple days off from Part of My Take, and I end up just binging nothing but college basketball podcasts.
Yeah.
I just do a clean turn of the page going into basketball season. So it's
Memes, what are you saying? Max should punch Hank in the face. I agree.
I know what I read in the memes.
Well, you're a troll. You're a troll.
PF.
I don't understand. Like you guys, your definition of troll is insane.
if you could see the smile that's been on your face this entire show.
It's the same thing, right? Like if you say I'm a troll, you're a troll too.
I don't think that's trolling necessarily. I think when
Aaron Rodgers and Packers fans isn't trolling.
No, I think when he goes after
I'm
Packers fans,
being honest.
I think he just says literally you should be in jail. That's not trolling. That's saying you should be in jail.
Yeah, you wait till PFT tells you a bet and you bet the opposite.
And I told him we talked it out.
Troll.
You told me about the bet. I was like, this makes no sense. You should not do this. I'm gonna do the other side. That's not troll.
It was
I did it behind the scenes. I was like, oh, by the way, I bet this. That's troll.
I was 2-0 on my first 2, no doinks, and then the third happened, and then I wanted to murder Hank. I hate you.
All right. To wrap up, my who's back is Tiger Woods. Tiger announced he would be returning to the PGA Tour this coming week to play the Genesis Invitational.
Is Charlie playing?
Charlie will not be playing, but this is the first tournament that Tiger will be playing where we are confirmed that his son is an AWL.
Yeah, that's true.
Some extra juice for Tiger. Also, shout out to Gametime for allowing me and Hank to go to the Waste Management Phoenix Open this weekend.
That looked
really
like
cool.
It looked like the best time ever out there.
Yeah.
280,000 people there on Saturday. When
really cool.
when Rom hit that putt on 16 and the beers started flying, credit to the crowd for they waited all day. They were very polite. They didn't throw any beers, and then the last guy gives them something to throw their beers on. And also, unsung heroes of the Waste Management, the guys that hold up the quiet sign on 16. That's the hardest. It's the hardest job in the world to get people to be quiet. And they somehow do on 16, and then they just jam out. Those quiet guys are awesome.
You know what they call when they open the gates early morning? The running of the bros.
It's good.
Because they all sprint to 16. But yeah, that was really cool. Also, Hank and I were sitting at 16 for like 3 hours Saturday. We saw one birdie. Guess who it was from?
Max.
Max.
Yeah. Listen to the end after. We're going to kick it to ourselves right now. No, this isn't trolling. This is facts. I'm speaking facts right now. Memes agrees.
We're not forgetting the bowling guy. We're postponing it to Wednesday. Just because people tweet at me if we don't call him.
It's too late. It's too late. No, I'm going to tune in to after we do the lottery ball. We're going to say something, a little anecdote that's facts that we will explain to everyone that everyone will like. So here is us doing the lottery ball back in studio.
Love you guys.
Okay, that's the end of the show.
Congrats, Big Cat.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're not a troll? We're taping this February 3rd. He just said congrats because you just listened to the entire Super Bowl show. Fuck you. You're such a piece of shit. You're such a piece of shit.
Oh, congrats to Max, too, I guess.
Hank, have you gotten this number before?
Titletown.
No, I have not.
Okay. Numbers.
69.
18.
23.
What Super Bowl is it, Jake?
57.
57.
Okay. I'll go 16.
20.
What was your guess, PFT?
23.
18.
25.
Damn.
Hank,
Fourth
yet
time.
again. Still haven't gotten it. Damn.
Love you guys.
Ducks have corkscrew dicks.
Okay, so we're back real quick. A little extra note. We interviewed Max on Monday. This was we pre-taped the lottery ball machine before we came to Arizona for the next 2 weeks. We didn't tell anyone what the results were. Okay? You actually will have to find out the pre-taped if Hank gets it in the next 3 episodes. But we taped with Max on Monday. At the end of the interview with Max, he said, I want to pick number 25 until it hits to try to beat Hank. Mm-hmm. You just listened and heard number 25 get picked. And no one told him the number. So Max Homa got the lottery ball with one pick before Hank ever got it.
That's the only.
What was that face, Hank?
No, I mean, you guys are trying to take me down. You're trolling me, it's fine. But I just got sent the cover art for tomorrow's podcast, and I can't help it.
Well, send it to us.
I was just going to say that.
Shout out to our guy
makes,
Shane.
Yeah.
Behind the
shout out
scenes
Shane.
graphics guy. Very talented. And Triggs. Very great as well.
You going to send it? Also, shout out Carl.
Yeah,
Being our sound guy all week. He was awesome.
Sound guy Carl, congratulations.
Yes.
This is your retirement tour this year.
This is my farewell tour.
We were honored to be a part of it.
Yeah. I was so thrilled to be here. I love
Carl's the sound guy not talking into the mic.
Yeah.
Carl, come here. Say your piece real quick. You deserve it. You did a great job this week.
Hey, thanks, Big Cat. I loved it. This is my farewell tour. I'm so glad I got to be here. You guys are the greatest. Hadn't heard the show before this. I'm a big fan. I'm going to follow you guys for the rest of my days.
Love it, Carl.
Thanks, Carl.
Carl was a great added element because we always have new sound guys during Super Bowl week, and Carl didn't know who we were. And by I think the second interview we did, he's like, that was a great interview, guys. And then I'd hear him chuckling, and I was like, fuck, yeah, Carl's a fucking dude.
He's the guy.
Yeah, he is. He is the guy.
We described the cover right now. You've seen it.
Okay. Oh, man. That is sad.
Oh no.
It is Max looking really sad. Max.
My phone screwed up. I didn't get it.
Oh, one last thing, Carl. Do you think do you think Hank is a troll? No. Oh no! Right, cut that part. Cut that part. Cut that part. All right,
You're the worst. You're the worst, Carl.
We'll see everyone Wednesday. We'll do some more Super Bowl cleanup. Great football season, guys. Sad that it's over, but also kind of happy we can take a little bit of a break too.
Love you guys.